Couple of hours back, Claude introduced this new feature called Claude Manage Agent. With this one, you will get everything to build and deploy agents at a scale. It will pair with an agent harness tuned for performance with production infrastructure so that you can go from prototype to launch in days. So this is currently in public beta in Claude platform. In their social media post, they are telling shipping a production agent means month of infrastructure work. But with Manage Agent, Claude will handle everything for you. So you basically define your agent task, tools and guardrails, and Claude will run it on their infrastructure. And they have published this diagram where they have mentioned they have tools, harness, session, orchestration, and sandbox. So basically what they are claiming is that you will create the agent and will run the agent on Claude's infrastructure. So this is their official blog post where they are claiming is that from your idea to the production, it will be 10 times faster. And from their documentation, it's a suite of composable APIs for building and deploying cloud-hosted agents at scale. This is very important, at scale. This is currently available today in public beta on the Claude platform. Shipping a production agent requires a sandbox code execution, checkpointing, credential management, scope permission, and end-to-end tracing. Manage agent handle the entire complexity. So basically, you define your agent task, tool, and guardrails, and Claude will run it on their infrastructure. This is very important. Claude will run it on their infrastructure. So this managed agent will include the production grade agent, long-running sessions, multi-agent coordination, and trusted governance. So these are the things automatically included. They also gave some example where Notion is basically allowing teams to delegate work to Claude directly inside their workspace. So I will create an agent where I will give some prompt and then the prompt will do the search and everything and finally put the information back into Notion. So it will be an integration of Claude Manage Agent to Notion. And there are a couple of more examples: Rakuten, Asana, Vive Code, Sentry, everything is given in this document. And as you can see, these are all the partners. So it's quite impressive. Now to start that, all you need to do, you need to go to platform.claude.com and then you need to come here under this manage agent. There will be a lot of templates given: structure, extractor, deep researcher, field monitor, support agent, and everything. So let's start with one of the template, which is structure extractor. What it is doing, it is basically parses unstructured text into a JSON schema. There is a model, this is a system prompt, this is a tool that is being used, and this is a template name. I'm not going to change anything here. To use this template, I'm clicking on this button called use this template. The moment I do that, you see here, the agent is created. So that's the first step. Once the agent is created, you need to create the environment. So if you go to their document, this is the first step, which is create the agent. Next one is a create an environment. Environment is basically a cloud container, which is pre-installed packages like Python, Node.js, and Go, network access rules, and mounted files. So you will basically get a sandbox environment where all the packages are pre-installed. So I'm going to create an environment here. As you can see, an environment is a reusable container configuration that defines how your agent workspace is provisioned, networking, available packages, etc. I was exploring this tool for last couple of hours. I have already created a couple of environment, but for this demo, I'm going to create a new one. So I'm going to click on create a new one. Now it's telling, does this agent need to reach any external host? I said no external access is needed. And then looks like environment is ready, fully isolated with no external network access. So now everything is ready. I can just click on start session. Start session is basically next step. So here I'm clicking on start session. And the moment I do that, a session is running. So session is basically running instance of your agent in its environment. So basically what I've done, I've created an agent, I've created an environment, and I've created a session. So they are all connected. Session is basically an instance of the agent running on that particular environment that we have just created. But don't worry, I'm going to explain everything very soon in this video. So let me go and click on test run. So the moment I click on test run, what happened? It came here and it's telling extract the following JSON with fields, names, email, date, amount, currency input. This is a JSON structure. And what is the unstructured input that I'm giving? Hi, I'm Jane Doe. Can you reach me at this email? My invoice from March 3rd is $1,250 is attached. So I'm going to pass this unstructured text and what I want my agent to parse that and put that in this JSON format. So I'm going to click on send. The moment I do that, This section will show me what is happening inside this session. So this is a transcript, extract the field, and this is the one. And now it started running. Here, if I click on the view session, I get the detail of everything what is happening inside this session, how long my agent is working. So this is a very good timeline view where I can see how long each event is taking. Here in the drop down, I can see all the events like user, agent, tool, error, system. Or if I want to concentrate only on how much time my agent is taking, right? So if I click on that, it will show me only the agent view. But by default, it will show you everything. Okay, so looks like everything is being done. So what I gave this agent an unstructured text, and what the agent was able to do, it was parse that unstructured text and bring the information back into the JSON structure. So here is a name, here is an email, here is a date, here is an amount, and here is a currency. So looks like within a very short amount of time, I was able to create an agent, create an environment, and then deploy the agent on that environment. And finally, I was able to also run the agent inside that environment and test that. Okay, sounds really promising. So this time I want to create my own agent, and what the agent will do, whatever topic I'll provide to the agent will do the research and generate a YouTube script for my channel Technical Potpourri. Okay, let's start with the prompt here. So what I'm doing, I am giving the prompt, please create an agent which will do the research on the topic that I'll provide and generate a YouTube video script for me. Okay, and now as you can see, it already started generating the agent for me. So what is telling YouTube script writer, this is a description, and this is the model, and this is the one. Okay, this is the system prompt. Now the problem here is that this agent doesn't have any idea about my YouTube channel. Like what is the name of my YouTube channel, what are the different type of topic that I normally provide, what is my target audience. So I think I need to change the prompt. I need to give more information to the agent. So how can I do that? Let me show you that quickly. So to that, I will, instead of create this agent, I'll say keep refining. And the moment I click on that, it will tell what would you like to change or improve about the config. So I'm going to put this information. Here is some more information about my channel. Video will be used to generate complete production ready YouTube script for the Technical Potpourri channel. The audience is developers and AI enthusiasts who expect technical accuracy, concrete example, and no hand-holding fillers. Okay, so that's the extra context I'm giving to the agent. Now what will happen the moment I pass that information here, this entire system prompt will be updated. So let's click on that and let's see. Okay, looks like it's rewriting the prompt. Now it looks good because now it's telling, now it has like my YouTube channel name, what are the audience of my channel, what are the type of, what is the video structure. Looks like it good. And the model is also good. So now everything looks good to me. So what I'll do, I'll click on create this agent. Okay, so looks like the agent is created. Next one is to create the environment. So I'm going to click on that. And again, I would like to create a new environment instead of existing one. So I'm going to click on create a new one. Okay, network, I am going to say unrestricted. And then looks like it's ready, and let's fire up with a test session. So now everything is ready and I'm going to start the session. A session is a running instance. No MCP server is needed. So let's click on test run. So now the session is running. So what I'm telling, write a YouTube script for Technical Potpourri on the topic how Claude's extended thinking works under the hood and when to actually use it. Okay, let me click on send. And now my agent is preparing the YouTube script, and very soon it will provide the YouTube script back to me. Now it's doing the web search. And again, if I go to the debug, I can see what the agent is doing. If I click on view session, and if I click on the debug, I can see this timeline view where I can see how long it is taking. And these are all the events. If I want to click on the thinking event, okay, I can see similar way. These are all the events. So it's still doing the web search. So it's really impressive. I haven't done any single line of coding. Okay. It's coming back, looks like. Yep. So looks like this is a text. These are the different information that was fetched by the tool. And now it will very soon prepare the result and come back with a proper YouTube script which I can review. Okay, it's still doing the job. It's telling excellent. I have a deep multi-layer research across API docs, Anthropic's own research blog, benchmark data, community findings, and API evolution from 3.7 to Claude 4 to adaptive thinking. Now let me write the script. So agent is writing the script on my behalf. Okay, looks like the script is ready and I can click here and here is the full script. So this is the topic, how Claude extended thinking works under the hood, and these are the different sections which I can go through and review. Now I can stop the session. So looks like I was able to create my own agent just by giving a prompt here. So before I go any further, let me explain this section. So this quick start will give you all the template to start with, or you can give your prompt and create your own agent. Then comes the agent. This will show you all the agents that you have created so far. So for me, I've created all this agent. You'll find the agent is working on which model, whether the agent status is active or not. And then from this here, you can click on archive agent, which will basically delete the agent. Clicking on that, it will open the agent for you. And here you'll find different versions of the agent. And then what are the tools, what are the permissions, everything will be displayed here. If you want to change the system prompt, you can click here and click on guided edit, which will bring you to this prompt where it will ask you what change you want to do. You want to improve the system prompt, or you want to find new skills or tools, or you want to define the personality. So depending on that, you will give the prompt and then this will be updated. Okay. And then from here, you can also start the session. So when you start the session, it will ask which environment you want to start the session. So there are a couple of environments, again, you need to choose. And then if there is any credential, I'll come to the credential very soon. When you come to the session, you'll find all the sessions that you have started before. You are not getting charged for any idle session. Only when the session status is active, then only you will be charged for the session. Environment is the one which is basically your sandbox. So you need an environment, and then you need your agent to be deployed inside that environment and then start the session on that environment. This is how this entire things works. So you need an agent first, then you need environment. Then basically Claude will deploy the agent inside that environment to start the session. I'll come to the credential vault very soon. But before that, I would like to create one more agent where I will do an integration with Notion. And that is where I need the credential vault. So the third agent which I am going to create is basically build an agent where I'll be given a topic or a software or AI tool, and then the agent will search the web to find out all the new changes and announcements that happened on the topic from the once found, put each entry in Notion. Against each entry, put the link of the announcement. Let me click here and immediately it will start generating my agent. So it's basically a tech announcement tracker. That's the name it's given. Okay, looks good. Okay, this is the MCP server and these are the tools. Okay, perfect. The agent is created. Next one is configure the environment. So I'm going to create a new environment here. Okay, create a new one. Once the environment is created, I'm going to start the session. Okay, session is started, but here is a catch. Before we run, the agent uses Notion MCP, which needs a credential because now the integration is happening. So what we need to do, we need to create a vault. A vault is a workspace level store for MCP server credential. Session reference it by ID at the create time, so you can reuse the same authorized Notion connection across multiple agents without re-entering the token. So you create the vault, put the credential, and then you can use the same vault for multiple agents. So you don't need to create a separate vault for each agent. So that's the beauty. Okay, so I have multiple vault created, but for this one, I'm going to create a new vault. So this is a new vault, and now inside the vault, we need to put the authentication details. So we can either put the token, or we can put the OAuth client ID and secret, or there is an easier way to do that, which is basically give the credential for Notion. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go with this option and click on connect. it will open this, and here, this is my Notion, and I'm going to click on continue. So it's very easy, and Notion credential added to the vault. So now Notion is authorized and vault is ready. The agent is all set to search for the announcement and log them into Notion. So my agent is totally ready. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how the vault looks like. So if I click on this credential vault, this is the new vault that was created. So if I click on that, under the credential, I can see this is the credential and it's currently active. So I want to make some changes in the agent. So what I want basically, I want the agent to only look for last 1 month and bring back only the 5 latest or recent announcement for the topic that I'll give. So currently that is not here, right? That information is not given here. So I need to pass that information. So for that, what I'll do, I'll click here and I will click on guided edit. Once I'm here, all I want to do, I want to improve the system prompt. So I'll click on improve the system prompt. And here I'll put this information. Please make sure to find the updates in only the last 1 month. Do not go beyond 1 month and put only the 5 recent updates. So I'm going to pass that information back. And now I have a entirely new system prompt being generated by Claude. Looks good. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to save this agent. Now, if I go back to the agent one more time, I have 2 versions. The version 1 was having the old system prompt and version 2 is a new system prompt. So here it's being updated with my information, that is determine the time window, which is the last 30 days. So everything looks good. Click here and click on start session. Now this is important. This is where all the Lego blocks will be connected. Now I'm going to start the agent, but the agent has to be deployed into an environment. This is the environment that I've created, which is announcement tracker. Okay, I'm going to choose that. Now next, this agent needs to connect to Notion. So for that, there needs to be a credential. So I can select the credential vault, which is this one. And now I have everything connected. I've connected the agent with the environment. Also, I've connected the agent with the credential vault. So basically my agent will be deployed to the environment and my agent will use the credentials stored inside this connected vault to do the integration and put the details into Notion. So all are connected. With that, I am going to check this checkbox, which is basically I own or am authorized to use this vault. And then I'm going to create the session. Now session is basically connecting all these Lego blocks together. So session is ready. Once the session is ready, this is when I need to pass a message to the session. And if I go back here and click on the session, there is no active session. But soon, the moment I pass some information to this agent, there will be an active session come. Find updates for Gamma 4 and press enter. Now it started doing that. So if I go back to my session tab and do a refresh, I'll be able to see there is a running session. So a running session means I'll be charged for this session. So it's doing everything for me. I can click on the debug and looks like it is doing the job. Okay, looks good, looks good. Very soon it will put all the information into Notion. Okay. Let me search for a dedicated announcement tracker database in Notion and dig deeper into the few more specific Gamma 4 topics. Okay, looks good. And it's currently doing the web search. So very soon it will get all the information and put that information into Notion. And here we can always click on this Ask Claude. And here if there is an error, we can ask Claude to find out why the error is, analyze the performance, trace conversation flow, and suggest improvement. So we can always take benefit from Claude chat session to get more information out of this session. Okay, if I go and click that on the session, looks like my session is idle, means session has done the job. So if I come here and click here, it's telling all 7 entries logged successfully. Here is a complete Gamma 4 and these are the 7 entries. A new database is being created. Let me go back to my Notion and here I am going to search with this one and looks like this is a database And here I can see all the 7 If I open any one of them, here is a summary and here is a link from where the latest announcement is about Game of 4. Okay, so looks like my agent was able to do the research on the topic that I gave and bring back all the latest announcement on the topic and also put that information back into the Notion. So integration happens between the agent which is running in the Claude infrastructure and the Notion. So this is my initial feedback. This is a very good start. If you haven't created any agent using Claude SDK, then you can create your first agent without knowing Claude SDK or anything, just going to this platform.claude.com and follow the steps that I've shown you. There are a couple of challenges I faced immediately, which is like I cannot schedule my agent. For example, I want an agent which will run at a certain frequency and go to my Google Drive and see if there is any new document being uploaded there. Or kind of a trigger point where the moment a document is uploaded into Google Drive, I want my agent to be notified immediately. So those are the things is still not possible with this managed agent. It's very much possible with N8N, and I have done a lot of videos on how you can handle this type of scenarios in N8N. I have a dedicated YouTube playlist which I will provide on the top right corner. You can go and check that out. But coming back to this Claude Managed Agent, this is a very good start. I'm quite sure very soon we'll see more feature on this one where we'll be able to do all this scheduling thing with the agent. So let me know what is your thought. Put your thought in the comment section of this video. Finally, the last help I need. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel and don't forget to click on the bell icon, because I normally publish videos like this where I try to explore the new feature that is coming on the AI world and bring it back to you guys. So if you like this video, please share this video with your friends and colleagues, and very soon I'll see you guys in my next video. Till then, stay safe. Thank you. Bye-bye.